Face fat can literally destroy your looks. Here's an example of someone with a high body fat percentage, and here's the same person with a 10% body fat percentage. What changed here? He has the same hair and the same skin quality. He has the same bones. He has the same canthal tilt. The only thing that changed was his body fat percentage. Now, all of this to say, tracking your calories is the #1 most important thing that you can do to improve your looks. Let me give you another example. Here's someone with a high body fat percentage, and here's him after he has gone through a calorie deficit. What is the difference? He has the same skin, he has the same bones, his hair is a little different, but he has lost the fat on his face. And in today's video, I'm gonna run by the process that I am personally going through in order to get down to a 10, 11, or 12% body fat percentage. Now, the first thing I wanna talk about is how difficult going through this process actually is. Now, with that being said, let's get into the video. Losing face fat is hard. It's gonna take a long time, and the difficult part about it is you have to wait. You're working towards it every day, counting your calories, eating healthy, but it doesn't pay off until like 8 weeks from now. You have to think of it like this. You're working a job and your payday is in 8 weeks. So you have to work every single day. And for the next 2 months, you're not gonna get paid. After the 8 weeks is up, after you've consistently been in a calorie deficit, then you get paid. Then you realize, wow, my face is really slim. Wow, my muscles are really more defined. So this is called delayed gratification. You don't get paid now, you need to work now, and then you get paid later. Okay, so the goal is to get down to 10% body fat. 11%, 12%, that's fine. Me personally, I'm like 16% body fat. The goal is 10%. So find out your calorie maintenance. Just go on Google, find out how many calories a day you need to be eating in order to maintain your weight. Subtract 400 and eat that amount of calories every single day for 2 months. After the 2 months, you'll look significantly better. Okay, so how do you actually go about losing your face fat? Well, we could go about this the hard way or the easy way. The hard way, you're gonna look good the entire time. The easy way, you're only gonna look good towards the end of your journey, once you get to that 12, 11, 10% body fat percentage. So the hard way consists of a strict diet where you can only eat meat, fruit, and veggies. That's it. Rice, tortillas, cereal, oats, bread, none of that. So you want to eat meat, vegetables, fruit. That's it. Combine that diet with consistent daily cardio. You also want to cut out sugar completely. For the next 2 months, just no sugar and only eat veggies, meat, fruits, cardio every single day, limit your sodium, and eat high potassium foods, along with drinking a lot of water, because the more water you drink, the less water your face will have, because your body doesn't need to hold on to as much water if you're already drinking enough. There's a couple more things that you could do as a bonus. Now, if your gym has a sauna, you want to use that 2 to 3 times a week, 15 minutes each session, just so that you could get rid of more water retention. And you want to do lymphatic drainage every morning for 5 minutes. What lymphatic drainage does is it just gets rid of even more water retention that you have in your face. You could just search up a lymphatic drainage routine on YouTube and follow that every day for 5 minutes in the morning. Okay, so that was the hard method of losing face fat. The easy method is basically eating whatever you want, doing whatever you want. You only have to do 3 things. The first thing you have to do is make sure you're counting your calories, eating in a 400 calorie deficit below your maintenance level. The second thing is make sure you're working out consistently so that your muscles don't deteriorate when you're in that calorie deficit, because you will lose muscle if you are not training your muscle in a calorie deficit. And the third trick that you can use in your easy method is just making sure you're eating enough protein so that, once again, you can retain the muscle. The easy method is simple. So you could eat whatever you want, but the reason why people eat healthy foods in a calorie deficit is because healthy foods are lower in calories, but they make you feel full. So like celery and lettuce and lean protein or whatever, they make you feel full, but they're just lower calories. So technically speaking, you can eat junk food in your calorie deficit as long as you're eating less. That's the hard part. That's the reason why people who are in a calorie deficit eat healthy, because it's easier to eat healthy. Let's say you've been doing the easy method for the last 8 weeks. The end of that 8 weeks, you really want to hone in on reducing your bloat and your water retention by cutting down the sodium, cutting down the sugar, doing the cardio, doing the sauna, doing the lymphatic drainage, and at the end of those 8 weeks, you've lost the fat because you've been in a calorie deficit, but only at the very end is when you really try to hone in on losing that bloat so you can have the final look. So if I'm being honest, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm just focusing on being in a calorie deficit, but I'm still eating hamburgers and I'm fucking sugar and shit like that. The only reason you want to avoid sugar and salt is because it makes your water retention in your face. But if you are in a calorie deficit, you're still in the back end, still losing the fat. And I just gave you a quick rundown on how to lose that face fat and how important it actually is if you haven't realized it. Also, I have a school community in the first link in the description. So if you like my videos and you want to talk to me directly, just join that real quick and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.